Okay, so we were talking about that sense of shunned and a closed door in the heart. Could you elaborate on that and who that was in your
Well,
life?
it was when I wanted to get married to my
Is
husband.
it your father?
Yeah, it was
Father.
my father.
Yeah, that's
My
what it
father,
feels.
and
Yeah.
he didn't want anything to do with me. He disowned me.
Yeah.
He wouldn't
Okay.
let my mother or my brother talk to me.
Yes.
So I was just all on my own. And,
This is where the loneliness stems from. It started, there and before then in your childhood, okay, and it's carried through. It's a seed.
That's always been the case.
Yeah.
And also that now when I see that I've burned bridges, my father disowned me because I wanted to marry my husband.
Yes.
My husband, and so I literally cut all my ties and moved here to be with him. And when he's the way he is, I feel like I just hurt a whole lot of other people that really cared about me to be with him.
Yes.
When now it feels like he is not as committed to the relationship as he is, or he just blames me for a few things. This is my husband's second marriage, and his first marriage ended in a very bitter divorce.
Yes.
And when he wanted to get, well, I'll tell you what happened was she had an affair and she left, and they were separated for a very long time.
I wanted to pause because I was feeling playing around, so him playing around, so that's interesting.
No, it was not. It was not him. It was her. She had an affair, and she left him, and they were separated for about 5 years. And after which he met me, and when he wanted to get married to me, and he asked her for the divorce, she refused to sign the paper because she wanted everything in terms of finances.
Yes.
But he did. He wanted to be with me, and he wrote everything off to her just for the divorce. And my husband's 54 now. I'm 28. And for him, that's literally everything that he's worked for all his adult life so far.
Yes.
And so there is that sense of loss for him as well. And I understand he did that for me, but I have...
You've sacrificed way much more. You've sacrificed your soul, and I feel that.
And because I'm at home and I don't contribute financially, I always feel that I'm not bringing enough, or there's not much I'm doing, and sometimes he adds to that feeling. I don't know if that's intentional. I'd like to believe it's not intentional, but. He does make me feel like I didn't bring anything to this, and he's lost a lot because of me.
So what I want to say here, and good, is let this all go and let it out. What I'm feeling is that the ex-partner has a lot of bitterness, okay, or there's bitterness around that relationship, because I was feeling that playing around, and then this bitterness, and I feel that on some level, even if it's on a subconscious level, that you don't feel that he does as much for you as he's done for her. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. There's a lot of reasons for that, because for one, they've been married for 20 years and they have a daughter. And
and he showers her. Is this correct? He showers her, the daughter.
Well, not he used to, but she hasn't been very pleasant with us either. She's always complaining, and she's always telling him how he doesn't do anything for her, and so he's starting to be upset about that. But the thing is, she doesn't live with us. She's 24. She doesn't live with us, and when he's upset, I have to bear with the fallouts, and it affects our relationship as well. So it's just a whole lot of things, and
Absolutely. You've gone through a lot of things. It's like you've had a whole lifetime with your parents and everything that you went through as you were preparing to get married. And then you've come here, and now you've like undergone a whole other lifetime here. And the funny thing is that the angels are showing me clear divisions of your life, your childhood, and also I felt that connection of that loss or already, and then when you got married it was underlined, and that was it, in the slam door on your heart. And then you came here, and they're saying, and now there's going to be the next step and the next one, that there's two more big stages of life to come ahead of you. So at the moment you're very much in transition, and going through a lot. I had the number 11, so whether that was when this other daughter was at the age of 11, or you at 11, but anyway, I wrote down the number 11, if that relates in any way.
Not off the top of my head.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll just write it down. And also, so I'm feeling what I said before is when I wrote down, like he doesn't do as much for you as he's done for her, and then that builds on your feeling of not deserving, and why can't you deserve? And then when you feel as a mother, which is actually a pretty common feeling for women to feel when they have children and they're sort of stuck at home, that they're not contributing as well, or that guilt, especially when money issues come up. But it's not your fault. It's out of your control because you're doing the best you can, and it just causes a lot of issues in relationships. But so that is being underlined for you because your feeling of not deserving again is intensified, and because of your father. He shut the door to your heart, and now, in a way, your husband is echoing and shadowing this. It's like the shadow effects of this is how it feels. Even though he might not mean to, I don't feel that he deliberately is doing this. Maybe sometimes out of just sort of bitter, angry, whatever. But I feel that underlining everything, he's gone through his own emotions. He's gone through a lot with his ex-partner and with this other child. There is still, I'm feeling strings and cords still attached there. And at some point he was showering this child like with gifts is how it feels, or whatever. But anyway, so now I'm feeling at some point too, have you ever felt like it's not the same, or there's a difference with your child that you have together and this other child?
I don't feel there's any difference because you can't measure how much a parent loves a child. The only difference is the resources that he had at the time. He had his first daughter. Of course, they were very well off, and now we are struggling financially.
Perfect.
So that, of course, is the only difference I feel, because I know if he had what he had, he would do just as much for her.
Absolutely, he would shower.
He wants to, so
yeah, absolutely. So that's all in connection with the money, which of course is a lot of the core issues stem from the money as well. Not core, well, obviously there's a core soul level issues,
there's a lot of stress,
but it amplifies everything, and it just creates illusion and fear and anger and all this mixed up emotions. So whereas underlying all of that there is feelings of doubt, uncertainty, and not feeling safe, not feeling secure, which also money amplifies, and he's not able to do for this child as he could for the other child. And then I feel that so that's the difference, and also a regret and a sense of shame with him, with what happened in that relationship. Not to say that that was either the perfect relationship for him, but just all connected with the child. Now, also interesting that there was two girls in the equation here. Again, this female energy is almost in your face. It is showing you as a woman, as a female, that there is healing down your family line, the female family line of having to put up with men and their demands and their ways. And this is going back generations, I'm being told, through to your ancestry, your grandmothers and down the line. And even though on some levels this has been greatly a cultural thing, it's also a private thing for each woman, which they might not have shared, if that makes sense. And now you are literally going through the collective wounds of women down your family line, And you are the one that is carrying the burden for all, even if they might not be conscious of it. Does this make sense?
Yes, it's starting to make sense.
Yeah, I can see it literally as my hands here in the video. I'm holding a ball of weight. It feels like a heavy ball, like a ball and chain they're showing me. Okay, and now it's time for you to cut that chain, which is just a symbol for freeing yourself from the fear and the negative energy and all of the guilt and the woes of your past. And that just means cutting away from the emotions and the guilt and all of that energy and releasing it for a happier, more positive future. So let's ask Archangel Michael now. Would you like me to call in Archangel Michael to cut those bonds? And all it means is releasing the toxic emotions. And so Archangel Michael...
I must interrupt here because as you just said that, I'm sitting in a playground and there's this bird that walked so close to me. It walked to me and it stood by my foot and then it just walks away. So I feel the energies that you're talking about, and I feel the release. Thank you so much.
That is amazing because my I'm just putting it up to the camera because I'm also making this video for you to watch when you watch it. But I'm filled with goosebumps as you said that, and I know that. And the angels are smiling. Okay, they're showing me the happy faces again. Now, you might have heard in my me mentioned before on videos that sometimes whatever's around in the room or sounds is part of a reading. So because you're in the park and I'm in my house, you are receiving messages from your surroundings, and my message connected with that is on my door right now because Halloween is coming up. I have these images of happy pumpkin faces and I will literally go and get them and show them in the video in a moment, but that's what I looked at before and was part of the message when I talked about the angels showing me smiley faces. They also showed me that in my room. So I'm just going to pause for 1 second. I'm going to go get this so that you can see it on the video when you watch it.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, so this is what it was, and that's what they showed me. So let's not be afraid of the Halloween part of it, but at the end of the day, they're happy faces, and that was what the message was. So Archangel Michael says he's already here, and he's laughing because sometimes he does this. He has a sense of humor. When I say, okay, I'm calling upon you, he says to me, I'm already here, and he laughs, you know.
Yeah.
So anyway, and literally, so we're asking for if you could imagine that you have a cord like thick, they feel like thick tubes connected to your father, connected to your husband, and so on, other people in your lives, your mother, and so on. Now he's coming with his, so as much as you can, if you can take a moment and imagine a slice, literally he has a sharp knife and is slicing away these cords, these thick tubes. And removing, and I'm going to pull out all the weeds. I'm going to pull out that feeling of being stabbed in the back. I'm going to pull out all of the what we call psychic attack, any negative thoughts that anyone's had on you, or an accumulation of negative energy towards you, all which was unfounded because you did not deserve, they're saying not even 1 millimeter of it, okay, not even a crumb of it. Okay, this is all them. They're telling me now this is all them. Okay, so what I'm doing now is it feels like pulling weeds out of my energetic body, which stands for your body. Okay, so like if you could imagine pulling out weeds from your body, that's what's happening now. Okay, and we're asking for to God to shower you with light and the angels, for you to be surrounded in a bubble of light, and to feel this peace and to feel all the negative cords and all the negative energy just dripping away from you literally and being absorbed by the universe, the angels and Mother Earth, and feeling those move away now, and the angels surrounding you and comforting you and sending you healing and just being around you, your guides stepping forward, your guardian angels who are always with you since birth. You've had the guardian angels. Knowing now that you can be free to make your own choices, and this is about you developing your strength, developing your self-power, for you to be empowered as a woman. I'm going to stop this video.